The words that have had great influence over me come from Friedrich Nietzsche. He who has a why to live can bear almost any how. My mom told me this quote in 2018 when I was going through a rough patch in my life during my senior year. A bunch of things all happened at once. I was in a car crash, my grandma died, and then shortly after both of these, I became depressed and anorexic. This marks the start of my journey struggling with mental health. They believe an imbalance was created in my brain during the concussion I received in the car crash. When I was in my deepest part of my depression and anorexia and had just broken up with my boyfriend, I found myself at a stopping point. I felt the despair was too great to live through. My mom told me at this time, "He who has a why to live can bear almost anyhow." She asked me what my why was. Why did I need to wake up the next day and the day after that and keep living my life? What was it all for? After much long reflection and talking to God, He showed me that He had plans for me to become a medical missionary and move to Africa and help people all over the world who don't have access to medical care and be able to share the word with them as well. It was at this extremely low point in my life that I made a decision. I decided my why. My why was all the great things that God had in store for me to do later in my life. And since I had my why, I knew I could live through anyhow. Specifically, this deep and dark depression that had taken control of me. I can say now that 2 years later, I still carry my why with me through all my hows. It keeps me going when things get tough and reminds me of the bigger picture and everything. I still struggle with depression and anorexia for a long time. Eventually the anorexia got better and the depression as well, but the depression comes in waves. When I'm in that deep dark place and that always seems to come back, I remember all of the times it left, and I remember everything God wants to do with my life. With these, I've been able to get through the hardest and craziest 2 years of my life with the hope of a better future for myself.